Day 30. That means you've made it through 4 full weeks of this challenge. That means you're no longer dabbling in recovery. You're committed. You're still here. You've clawed your way through the fog, through the cravings, through the guilt, and you're beginning to see what's on the other side. And now, as we deepen into the 5th week, our week of mental mastery, it's time to talk about a concept that might seem simple on the surface, but is one of the most profound transformations a human being can make. Today is about the power of intention. Let me be real with you. Most people live on autopilot. They wake up reacting to their phones, reacting to their moods, reacting to other people, reacting to urges. And that's exactly how gambling got control of your life. You weren't gambling with purpose. You were gambling as a response to stress, to boredom, to fear, to hopelessness. It wasn't just about the money or the win. It was about escaping the discomfort you felt when you were forced to sit with your thoughts. And the addiction loved that. It grew stronger in your passivity, in your absence of intention. So if you want to kill the old version of yourself, the gambler, the addict, the impulsive reactor, you have to replace it with someone else. Someone deliberate, someone awake, someone intentional. Intention means you don't just do something because it's a habit. You do it because you've chosen it, because it aligns with a deeper reason. When you begin to live this way, everything changes. You start living like your time matters, your energy matters, your mind matters. You begin to speak with clarity, act with purpose, and move through your day with a sense of control that maybe you haven't felt in years. When you're intentional, you're no longer a slave to impulse. You're the architect of your thoughts, your behaviors, and ultimately your future. So what does it mean to live with intention practically? It means, before you act, you pause. You ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve with this action? Is this behavior going to serve the person I'm becoming? Or is it feeding the old self, the one I promised to bury when I started this challenge? When you scroll social media, are you using it to learn and grow? Or to numb yourself? When you speak to someone, are you expressing your truth? Or are you reacting out of ego or insecurity? When you sit down to eat, are you nourishing your body? Or are you using food as a distraction from your emotions? This awareness, this consistent self-check-in, is the core of mental mastery. Let's walk through a full day of intentional living. You wake up, not just because your alarm goes off, but because you've decided to own your day. Your first thought is gratitude or purpose. You hydrate, you breathe, you stretch. Maybe you sit in silence for 5 minutes and center yourself, not because someone told you to, but because your intention is to start the day grounded and focused. Throughout your morning, you don't just rush. Your intention is calm efficiency. You don't reach for your phone aimlessly. Your intention is focus. You don't eat sugary junk to wake yourself up. Your intention is sustained energy. You begin to recognize that intention is what gives each of your actions power. Now imagine moving through your entire day that way. You've blocked time to build skills because your intention is to grow financially. You call a friend not out of loneliness, but because your intention is to rebuild healthy relationships. You say no to temptations, not out of fear, but because your intention is to protect your peace. Even when you rest with purpose, not to escape, but to recover. And at night, you close your day with intention, reflecting, journaling, planning. You go to sleep knowing your time wasn't wasted. That's a powerful life. It's a life built on strength, not chance. Let's be clear. Living this way isn't easy. It requires energy, focus, discipline. There will be days when you forget. When you act out of habit, that's normal. But mastery comes from returning again and again to your intentions. You catch yourself slipping into old behaviors, and you stop. You reset, you redirect. This is the difference between a life that drifts and a life that builds. Between staying stuck and stepping into your full potential, and the benefits, they're massive. When you start living with intention, you stop feeling powerless. You begin to trust yourself. You gain clarity about what you want. You experience less regret because you stop making choices you didn't mean to make. You gain momentum because every small action is now infused with purpose. You no longer feel like a leaf in the wind. You feel like a man or woman on a mission. That shift alone can eliminate half your anxiety, half your self-doubt, and most of your compulsions, because you've replaced drifting with driving. This ties directly back to mental mastery, which is our theme for the week. Your mind is like a wild horse. If you don't train it, it will run anywhere, chasing impulses, temptations, old stories, and pain. But when you guide it with intention, you harness its power. You ride it, you use it to create, to build, to heal. Every intention is a rein in your hand, pulling the mind toward a future you've designed. Here's the challenge for today. Don't let anything be casual. Every action, every decision, every word. Ask yourself why. What is the purpose behind it? What is the goal? What will this lead to? Start being obsessed with why you do what you do. From your workouts, to your meals, to your conversations, to your time online. Train yourself to live deliberately. By now, you've built a routine. You've started replacing old habits. You've seen your own strength. But this week, the question is, can you master your mind? Can you be the one who decides? Not your cravings, not your urges, not your past. You. Tomorrow, we'll go even deeper as we dive into how to reprogram your thoughts. But today, start here. Start with the power of intention. Own every moment. Make every move matter. Because this isn't just recovery anymore. This is you becoming unrecognizable to the version of yourself that once couldn't stop gambling. This is your comeback story. This is your rebirth. And it begins, moment by moment, with the quiet, powerful decision to live with intention. You've got this. Stay strong. Stay intentional. I'll see you on day 31, and don't forget to subscribe and share your journey in the comments section.